In Leagues 3, fragments that give us bonuses have a higher chance of dropping the more XP we get, so getting past those low XP early methods quickly is crucial. We will start with a 5 times multiplier which will increase to 16x. That multiplier includes quests, and even at the start of 5 times multiplier, some quests are OP as hell, take 5 minutes and can take you from level 1 straight up to level 50. But there is one problem: we only start with 4 skills unlocked, and a lot of quests have stat requirements in multiple skills to complete them. Along quest chain first, or if completed they give us XP reward in skills that are going to be locked, meaning we don't receive the XP and it's completely wasted. But don't worry, I've gone through every quest in every single skill that can still be done in the Leagues 3 format. So as soon as you unlock a new skill, one of these will boost you up in that skill to 30, 40 or even level 50. Agility is possibly the worst one to start with, but it makes sense to do this in alphabetical order. Almost every quest that gives agility XP has many sub-quests or multiple skill requirements to complete except for the Grand Tree. However, even this quest you need 25 agility to start it, you need to kill a high level demon, although it is easily safe spotted, and it also rewards you with attack and magic XP as a reward. However, if you do unlock magic and attack before agility, this is 100% worth doing, as it takes 16 minutes and gives you 39,500 agility XP when completed, taking you from level 25 straight up to level 42. From one of the worst skills to probably the best for questing, attack has a ton of quests with no requirements that gives loads of XP. The first one is Vampire Slayer, and the only requirement is to be able to kill a level 34 vampire. You can use any combat style to defeat it, and it rewards 24,125 XP, potentially taking you from level 1 attack to level 35 in just 3 minutes. Next is a Tree Unknown Village, which also has no requirements apart from to kill one boss. The 6 logs required for this quest can be cut, as it only requires level 1 woodcutting. Even if you have it locked, you just won't get any XP for cutting them. Alternatively, there's also a spawn of 4 at the top of Lumbridge Castle. The boss can be safe spotted with magic very easily, but is at level 113. It takes 11 minutes and will give you 57,250 XP, meaning you can go from level 1 to level 44 in 11 minutes. A very similar quest is the Fight Arena, which has no requirements except to kill 3 mid-level creatures, all of which can be safe spotted and easily killed. Fight Arena takes 9 minutes and gives you 60,875 XP, taking you from level 1 to level 44 in 9 minutes. The Waterfall quest is the absolute go-to quest if you unlock strength and attack at the same time. It has no requirements at all and can easily be done on a brand new account with a little bit of food. It gives you 68,750 XP in strength and attack as a reward as long as you have both skills unlocked. It can take you from level 1 to level 46 in both skills in 7 minutes. Lastly is the Grand Tree quest. It also requires 25 agility and gives agility experience and magic experience as a reward too. But if you have those unlocked anyway, the only other requirement is again to kill a boss that is safe spottable and you will get 92,000 XP. There are sadly no construction quests that I would consider worth it, as they have multiple requirements and training normally gives faster XP than you can get from doing any of the other quests. The only one that people may consider is Daddy's Home, because you get Marlowe's crate as a reward, which gives you some construction supplies and 4,700 XP, which can be done at level 1. The cooking quests are somewhat underwhelming as well, but there is at least one to consider. It's a very simple quest, which is Gertrude's Cat, which has no requirements or pre-quests at all and gives you a modest 7,625 XP, but in just 3 minutes. In crafting, the best quest rewards, such as the Hand in the Sand, require high crafting, so the XP at level 49 isn't actually that good. Or they require multiple skills or quests to be able to do, but a few of the lower XP reward quests are at least decent. Murder Mystery is a very simple, fairly short quest that has no requirements. It will give you 7,030 crafting XP, taking you from level 1 to level 24 in 5 minutes. As is the Observatory quest, and you can get the planks you need from the Barbarian Outpost, the Bronze Bar from the Shanty Pass, and you can craft molten glass even at level 1 whilst you have crafting locked by buying 1 bucket of sand and 1 soda ash from a charter ship and using it on a furnace. The quest is 9 minutes long and will take you to level 28 crafting in 9 minutes, giving you 11,250 XP. Defense has 2 very good quests that you can do, and one that you may choose to use a skip on. If you don't know what that is, this year you can use some of the points that we get to skip quests that we don't want to do. However, by skipping quests, we don't receive the quest reward. The Holy Grail requires completion of Merlin's Crystal first, which is a very simple quest with no requirements. However, it also gives no reward and will save doing an 8-minute quest if you want to use a skip. This quest gives a ton of XP in both defense and prayer, so it would be a huge waste if you didn't have prayer unlocked too. There is also a Black Knight Titan to kill, which is weak to melee, and whilst it can be attacked with any weapon or combat style, it has to be finished with an Excalibur. It can be safe spotted, but at low levels you are going to have to flinch the final damage. Holy Grail normally takes 30 minutes, but at low levels can be as much as 20 minutes. The reward is very good though, and you will get 66,000 prayer XP and 76,500 defense. Immediately unlocking protection prayers and taking your defense up to level 47. Farming and firemaking are truly awful for any quests that have no or very few requirements, so if you're looking for fast XP in those, I would do one of the quests that give XP lamps that you can put into any skill that's at the end of this guide. Fishing has 2 quests that can be done very easily, and the first is right by the starter location. Fishing contest requires 10 fishing, but that will take no time at all where you are. Once you have that, it takes 4 minutes and will get you 12,185 XP, taking you up to level 29. While Sea Slug requires 30 firemaking, it gives very good XP in a notoriously slow skill. If you don't have woodcutting unlocked, you can also just burn the 4 logs at the spawn point on top of Lumbridge Castle to get the level. You'll have to burn the 4 logs hopping world 17 times for the 30 firemaking requirement, which shouldn't take too long at all. Then by completing the quest you will get 35,875 fishing XP, which can take you from level 1 to level 39 in 4 minutes time. Fletching is another terrible skill for quests, and whilst there are quests that can be done with many requirements, the point of the guide is that no matter what skill you unlock and in what order, you can quickly see what quests can be done with no or very limited requirements. So again for Fletching, see the last part of the guide that gives lamps that you can use in any skill such as Fletching. The first quest of note in Herblore is obviously Druidic Ritual, but this quest is auto unlocked when we unlock the Herblore skill, but I wanted to mention it as it's a free quest to most other quests in this skill but can simply be ignored. Jungle Potion does not give a lot of XP at all, but is still faster than getting herbs and will take you up to some pretty useful potions such as normal strength and anti-poison very quickly. It takes 8 minutes to complete, has no requirements, and gives you 3,875 XP. The next quest requires 31 Herblore but gives a good amount of XP, however you are probably going to need to use a few skips for this. I debated whether to put this one in, but I find the pre-quest you may have to skip, being the Troll Stronghold and Death Plateau, a little bit of a pain anyway, so I'm sure some other people feel exactly the same way. The only XP you lose from skipping those 2 quests is 15,000 attack XP from Death Plateau. And of course, if you have 15 agility, which is the only requirement for those 2 quests, you can do them if you prefer anyway, rather than skipping. The quest gives you 55,000 Herblore XP, which will get you up from the level 31 requirement all the way up to 46 in 20 minutes, unlocking prayer, combat, and super attack potions. Hitpoints has one quest that you may choose to do, which probably won't surprise anyone to know, is the Witch's House. Whilst it doesn't have any requirements, you do have to kill 4 things between level 19 and level 53, but they are all safe spottable. The Witch's House will only take 7 minutes and can take you from 10 HP up to 38. There's one quest worth doing on Hunter, and that is the Varret Museum mini quest. However, this also gives Slayer XP. For completing the quest you get 5,000 Hunter and 5,000 Slayer XP, getting you to level 20 in around 5 minutes time. Magic surprisingly doesn't really have any good quests to do, but I wanted to mention 2. The Grand Tree gives 10,000 magic XP, and I covered that in the agility section, but does require agility to complete, and it also requires agility and attack XP. The other quest that has too many requirements for this guide, but may just be able to be useful to you, is the Horror from the Deep, which requires 35 agility, and you have to kill the Dagonoth Mother, which isn't easy at a low level. But if magic is the last combat skill you unlock, the quest may be possible for you, and it gives 22,500 magic, range, and strength XP as a reward. There's a number of quests that you can do for mining. The first one is Doric's quest. All you do for this quest is literally give him 6 clay, 4 copper, and 2 iron ores to complete the quest. If you don't want to get level 15 mining for the iron ore, you can purchase some from the blast furnace in Keldagrim. The quest will give you 6,500 XP and take you up to level 23 mining. Or you can do Plague City, which is near our starter location and gives almost double the XP. Also with no requirements, whilst the quest takes 5 minutes to complete, it will probably take you another 5 minutes getting the supplies for it, such as Dwellberries from McGrubber's Wood and Snape Grass near the Crafting Guild. But it's worth 12,125 mining XP, getting you straight to level 29 and only 1 level away from coal. And there's only one monster of an XP reward quest for mining that is possible early on, but it requires 10 Herblore, 10 Agility and 25 Thieving to complete it. However, the 76,500 mining reward is so massive in a very slow skill to train, it's even worth unlocking those skills first just to do it. The quest is the dig site, which takes around 8 minutes and can potentially get you from level 1 mining to level 47. In Prayer, the Priest in Peril quest is one that we're going to need to do anyway to unlock Mauritania. The pure essence you need for it can be mined even with mining locked, as it only requires level 1, but that way you will need to complete rune mysteries or skip it first. Or you can simply kill things for the essence, such as minotaurs in the Stronghold of Security. The 7,030 XP you will get you up to level 24, but the quest is fairly long, taking 18 minutes to do. By far the best quest to go for in Prayer, which can get you protection prayers instantly, is the Holy Grail. I cover this quest in more detail under defense, but whilst it does require 20 attack, gives defense XP, and you also have to finish a boss with a melee weapon, if you have those stats, this quest is an absolute no-brainer for leveling Prayer. It gives you 55,000 Prayer XP and 76,500 defense, which is enough Prayer XP to take you up to protection from melee from a quest that takes 15 minutes. Range quests are truly terrible, and unless it is the last combat skill you unlock and you have 35 agility to complete the Horror from the Deep, the only thing worth considering is the quests that give lamps that you can use in any skill at the end of this guide. There is one quest to definitely do in Runecrafting and one that is possible but with a few requirements. The first quest's only requirement is the completion of Rune Mysteries, but I presume that auto-completes when you unlock it, similar to Herblore, but if not, you can complete that as it also has no requirements, or simply skip it. It's actually a mini quest and it is Enter the Abyss and only takes 3 minutes to complete. The 5,000 XP reward will get you level 20 in Runecrafting. The other quest is What Lies Below, which can be done with 35 Runecrafting and 42 mining. Having to get 42 mining is not ideal, but with Runecrafting being such a slow skill, it's probably worth doing. The quest also gives 10,000 defense XP as a reward, but if you don't have defense unlocked, I personally wouldn't lose too much sleep about losing 10,000 defense XP. If all of that didn't put you off, What Lies Below will give you 40,000 Runecrafting XP, getting you from level 35 up to level 44 in 8 minutes. For starting Slayer XP, you can either do the Varrock Museum mini quest, but as I mentioned before, it doesn't just give 5,000 Slayer XP, but 5,000 Hunter XP too. Or you can do the Poor Sign of Interest quest. The only requirement for that is to be able to defeat a level 37 Sour Hog and also gives 5,000 XP. The biggest quest that you can do later is the mini quest Tarn's Lair, but you have to have level 40 to do it and have completed the Haunted Mine, which you can skip if you don't have the 35 crafting, but that would mean passing up on the quest reward, which is 110,000 Strength XP. Still, if you do complete Tarn's Lair, you will gain 25,000 Slayer XP and get access to the Salve Amulet. From level 40, that will get you up to level 44. Smithing has just one quest, but it is an absolute banger, and that is the Knight's Sword, and it does have a couple of requirements. You need 10 mining for the quest and 10 cooking in order to make the Redberry Pie. But considering that is fairly low and there are no other requirements, the quest gives 63,625 XP in 7 minutes and can be done at level 1 smithing, taking you straight up to level 45. The higher strength XP quest rewards are so good and can be done at such a low level it isn't worth considering any of the smaller XP ones. Waterfall quest is a go-to for most new accounts and definitely worth doing as long as you don't have attack locked, since the quest gives 68,750 XP in both skills. Dragon Slayer 1 only really has 32 quest points as a requirement, which isn't a lot considering we can also skip quests, and some easy quests like Romeo and Juliet give 5 quest points each. There are a few things to kill and getting all of the items is a bit of a pain, but the quest will take 20 minutes and reward you with 93,250 strength XP and defense as well. Finally, the Haunted Mine requires 35 crafting as I mentioned just before, and completion of the Priest in Peril quest, which can be skipped if needed. It has a boss that can do a decent amount of damage although it's only level 95, and gives a monster 110,000 strength XP as a reward, which could potentially take you from level 1 to level 50 straight away. Thieving has some very good quests with no or low requirements. Hazy Cult is a 4-minute quest with no requirements at all and gives 7,500 XP. I cover the fight arena in the attack skill as it gives more attack XP than it does thieving, but if you have attack unlocked anyway, doing this quest gives you 10,875 thieving XP and 60,000 attack XP. The biggest quest that you can do gives 75,000 XP, although it does require 30 thieving. The only other requirement for that massive XP drop is to kill 2 level 70s, both of which can be safe spotted. The quest takes 15 minutes and will get you from that level 30 requirement up to level 48. There are 2 quests in woodcutting that can be done. One has no requirements but the other has a couple. The first is Monk's Friends, and even without woodcutting unlocked, you can chop the logs needed for the quest as it only requires level 1. This is a 3-minute quest and ideal to get you past those early woodcutting levels, giving you 10,000 woodcutting XP and level 27. The second quest is Icthalorin's Little Helper, which requires completion of Gertrude's Cat. That quest is very short with no requirements or can simply be skipped. This quest requires you to defeat a level 91 and a level 75 creature, and also gives you XP in 2 other skills, Thieving and Agility. That means this won't be viable for a lot of players, but I wanted to include it as it will for those unlocking woodcutting as one of the later skills. Lastly is the quests that usually reward lamps, and you can choose what skill to put the XP into. I've been a little bit less strict on these ones since they can be potentially very useful and included some with a few requirements to complete. The first 2 give very low XP, but are useful for getting past skills that are terrible to train for the first 10 to 20 levels. The first one of these 2 quests is X Marks the Spot, which takes just 2 minutes, and although the 1,500 XP reward is very low, that will get you up to level 11, which is at least useful in skills such as Hunter and Runecrafting. The second quest is a follow-on quest to that one called the Client of Korend. This gives a lot more XP than the first, but takes around 12 minutes to complete. The 5,000 XP lamps can be used in any skill at any level and get you up to level 20. The next quest has a few requirements, which is 10 Fletching and 20 Smithing, and the ability to defeat a level 47. If you have those, the Taurus Trap will give you 23,250 XP twice in any of the following skills at any level: Agility, Fletching, Smithing, or Thieving, and because the reward is in 2 lamps, you can put it in 2 different skills if you prefer. That quest isn't too long and takes 15 minutes to complete. The next quest is In Search of Knowledge, which only requirement is decent combat stats, but this one will take a long time to do. For this mini quest you have to collect pages by killing 360 creatures on average in the 4th host dungeon. However, if combined with doing Slayer, going for grubby keys or killing Sarachnis for boss fragments, it's perfect for the extra XP while doing those tasks anyway. This quest gives 50,000 XP at the 5x multiplier and can be used on any skill over level 40. There are also 3 quests that Historian Minas will give you an XP lamp for completing in the Varric Museum. Those quests are Shield of Arav, Merlin's Crystal, and Making History. Each quest you complete will give you a 5,000 XP lamp that can be used in any skill over level 20, and all 3 quests have very few or no requirements. After completing the Dig Site quest, you can also clean unclean finds with a 1 in 98 chance of finding an antique lamp. These give 2,500 XP in any skill over level 10 and take around 15 minutes to get each. Finally is one that has a number of requirements but is incredibly OP. After completing Bon Voyage, you can travel to Fossil Island, and many different skills give you small, medium, plant or large fossils. It will be incredibly powerful to stock up on these, clean them and add them to the Varric Museum displays for XP lamps. In total, there are 14 small, 12 medium, 5 plant and 5 large displays, which give XP lamps worth 600,000 XP in total. Having just a few of these to use after unlocking a skill and getting level 20, 30 or 35 respectively will be absolutely massive. In the guide I put out a few days ago, people have asked for the strategy to be written down, so here it is for you. I've made one slight amendment to it because this post I read yesterday suggests it will be very difficult to get enough points in the 3 hours 20 minutes for every unlock, unless we dedicate some time to it. To win the guide, instead of having 30 minutes to either AFK skill or quest while waiting for silks to sell, it makes more sense with this new information to dedicate 30 minutes to getting as many points as possible for the unlocks later. I hope you all enjoy Leagues and will cheer me on as I take on Skuld in our 1v1 Leagues 3 challenge to see who is the Shattered Leagues champion.